Good morning to everyone. My name is Tilageshwaran and I am from DPE 1B. My number matrix is 33 DPE 20F1033 and my topic today is relationship between religion and science. Guys, let's see the outlines of the presentation. The first is religions which share similarities and relationship with science, and the next is effects caused by similarities of science and religion. Steps to increase benefits from the relationship between science and religion, and at last it is the conclusion of my topic. So let's go to the topic. Hi guys, let's see the religions which has similarities and relationship with science. In Arabic, science is simply means different forms of knowledge. When it comes to different forms of knowledge, science itself have different branches of knowledge like physics, biology and chemistry. So so it makes me to choose this point to link Islam and science. Not only that, in Arabic itself it also has some scientific name for its own teachings. Like for physics, it has its scientific name which is science of nature. For arithmetic, the science of accounts, and for the religious study, it has its name science of religion. The thing that I'm telling is true, it's not false. And the next point is similarities between Quran and science about the creation of the world. In Quran it states that God took 6 ayans, which is 6 days, to create the world and also the heaven, and also many other things inside the world like land, rivers, and many more. But in Big Bang Theory, which we used in modern days, it says that after the huge explosion, it took 7 days to create the world and also the entire universe. But we look at the world because world is the main point we are talking right now. And so this is also one of the major point which made me to create a link between Islam and science, which is a religion, between a religion and science, because there's not a huge difference between 7 days and 6 days as stated in Quran and in Big Bang Theory. So let's go to the next point. Islam also encourages its people for scientific inquiry. When it comes to scientific inquiry, it asks its mankind to study nature. When it comes to nature, human takes many sources from nature to develop his technology, like creating a power plant from coal. So it's like uh, the nature itself was linked with Islam, and also it helped Islam to be linked with science. So these are the 3 points which made me to talk about the relationship between Islam and science. So let's go to the next religion, which is Hinduism. Hindu sages maintain that rational proof using Nyaya is the way to obtain correct knowledge. Nyaya means it's like the logic, which means it's like a science experiment. When it used to be proven or it used to be trustable, then we can use it as a theory or as a rule for everyday life and like another many mythological understandings. And the next point is this religion share a lot of similarities with science, and one of it is the usage of nuclear weapon and its effect. If you know about Mahabharata, in which is like a mythological story, but it has many relationship between science, because it used to say they use high explosive weapons, which until now makes their place, which is like Mohenjo-daro, uh, to be radioactive until now. If you go to that place, authors are telling that until now they can feel the radioactivity of that place. To be more proven, to be more trustable, they also did some kind of investigation throughout the place. They found the rocks which were molten, like from the place they found in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, where the uh, true thing which happened, like the drop of nuclear weapon. So guys, let's look at the Buddhism. Buddhism encourages the impartial investigation of nature. When it comes to impartial investigation of nature, mind it, the word investigation means that more like to meditate, yoga, and such thing like that, which is not which is done physically and mentally in its religion. So let's talk about meditation, because meditation can help a human to understand more deep about himself other than other people understand about us. Because in Buddhism we know some famous martial arts like Kung Fu, Taekwondo, and many more. uh, In this all martial arts, it is necessary to do meditation and yoga, because by doing it, they can also understand about themselves and also understand about the art itself. Because in arts like kung fu, taekwondo, it is not only, it's not necessary to learn it physically, because mental ability to understand the art is also very, very important to fight with an opponent, or while in ambush, to fight with more intelligently and also more vigorously. But in this point I'm telling about more intelligently, because it depends on mentally, because we understand it inside more deeper about the art. So that is the first point of the Buddhism. The next is, in Buddhism, it has some connection with modern theories like evolution, quantum theories, and also cosmology, which is like make us feel very awkward, because the religion, which is very, very old, one of the oldest religion, have a connection with the modern theories which we use nowadays. So this is also one of the reason I choose Buddhism as having a relationship between science. So guys, let's see the effect caused by the similarity of religion and science. Nothing to worry, the effects are positive. So let's see the first one. People will be more interested to study science-based subjects as it is interconnected with their own religion. For example, you can take me as an example, because I felt very proud and very happy when I do further investigation about the religions, especially the Hindu religion, because I am a Hindu, which has many relationship with science. For example, like the nuclear weapon, which I said earlier. So let me tell about another thing, which is like the ancient drainage system that they used in Indus Valley, which is a technology for people to use for their own need. Because when it comes to drainage system, no one was expected that humans in ancient times can create that much of developed technology for a water flow system. So it really made me to feel more curious to learn more about it, to more about my religion with science. This is the same way how when an Islam or an Buddhist student do a investigation under the topic like this, they also feel the same way that I feel, because it also will have any kind of science related links with their religion. So that is what I'm coming to say. People will be more interested to study the science, even though what religion they are. But when they know that their religion have a similarity with science, they will do further investigation and they will feel more happy and more proud about themselves. So that is what I'm mentioning, the first point. Let's see the second point. Student can understand both religious teachings and also scientific concepts. So as I mentioned in earlier about religious teachings and scientific concepts, they can understand that they have there is a link between religion and science, which can make their work easier to learn both science and also religious based subjects, because it has a big similarity between them. Because science, which we were learning in modern days, and religious, which was written in the ancient times, so it will create a huge interest between students if they study both in a same way. So that is what I'm mentioning in second point, and also they can understand it more easily about it. So the third point is, can create a new way of education to combine both science and religious teaching according to their particular religion. As I mentioned that every religion in this world might have some percentage of relationship between their religion and their science. So government can not government, it's like a new way of education can be created by the relationship between these two things, so that the students can easily understand about both science and also religion, which can decrease the confusions of students while studying about the religion in a different manner, and also about the religion and science in different way. So by connecting this in a same subject, they can understand it more clearly and in more understandable way. So that is what I mentioned in the third point. In the fourth point, they can help archaeologists, researchers, and scientists to find anything new and useful to develop technology by searching at ancient religious books. As I mentioned, in at the Indus Valley, they found the technology of drainage system. There are still many other technologies which were under development of the technology, world level technological companies, where it is in very secret manner. Because I have done many investigation about this, so I used to find these things, but I don't know whether this is a gossip or not. But I heard that those kind of investigations were undergoing under a secret places. So the next thing, so this is the thing that I wanted to tell to you, because when we talk about a thing, it can create an effect which could be positive and negative. But about this topic, I found it to be more positively, because it helps people to use mainly in technological sites, which can help people in modern days. So yeah. So guys, let's see the steps to increase the benefits from relationship between science and religion. So the first step is, world archaeology and research centers should develop their work in finding ancient scripts or any references to find more science-based information of ancient times all over the world. The thing which I mean is, the World Archaeology and Research Center should need to give a correct model to the perfect model to the researchers and archaeologists to let them to continue their work more without any interruptions, because they have to travel from one place to another place to continue their researches, which will consume a lot of money. So they should need to give a concern to these kind of things, because if archaeologists and researchers continue the work without any interruption, then they can find more and more science-based informations from religious scripts and religious text. So they should need to take it as a huge concern, and should need to give a huge model for them. So the next point is, the government should need to give permission to bring new way of education by connecting both religion and science in every school. You know that I talked about this point in earlier slide, but the thing is, government is the one which play the main role to give permission for such an education like this. Because in a country which has different religions, many religions, a government might not give permission for them to do this kind of this new way of education, because the government might be in a particular religion which can be anti-religion for those religions with other religions. So the thing which I'm meant to say is, the government should need to reduce their fanatism and should need to have one aim, which to develop their country's education by connecting religion and science, no matter what religion it is, but should need to connect it with science and develop the study, so that the student would be more easily understand about the science and religion. So let's see the last point. The motivational speech should need to be given to people about the relationship between religion and science, to create awareness between people, so that they will know it is their responsibility to learn both religious teachings and science. Because some people were still unaware, as I said earlier when I begin this topic, because there might be lack of knowledge, lack of social media, lack of skills in social media by searching these kind of things. Because not every time, not this kind of news were not. So guys, as a conclusion, people should need to understand that even though we all are different in religion, but we all are connected to science, as it is very important to our everyday life. This similarity between science and religion can also decrease the extremism genocide, and many other wrong acts of human. In countries like Malaysia, there are many religions, which is Islam, Hindu, Christian, Buddhism, and many more. So I can't say that until now there's no clashes between religions would happen. There are some clashes that are still happening, but as a Malaysian, I expect that this kind of clashes should need to be reduced, as we have uh, a similarity with science, even though we are differ in religion. So I'm expecting that we all should need to be more aware and should need to reduce the fanatism of ourselves and should need to be more peaceful in living by doing this kind of scientific inquiry, scientific investigations with our own religion, and should need to be more polite with others. So yeah, that's my conclusion, and thank you guys.